Hello everyone, I am Milin Chavan from Horus Consulting. In this video, I am going to present a topic that I found very important for developers when they are working with containers. That is Docker Compose to Kubernetes. I will be showing three simple ways to map Docker Compose to Kubernetes. So let's get started. Now, if you have worked with Docker Compose in the past, then you know it's a great tool. So what's the official definition? Compose is a tool for defining and running multi-container Docker applications. With Compose, you use YAML file to configure your application services. Then with a single command, you create and start all the services from your configuration. It provides all kind of functionality from building images to running container and logging into the container for debugging or checking logs and many more purposes. Here is the example of simple Docker Compose file. To map a Docker Compose to Kubernetes services and deployment, a process for each resource from Compose file must be translated. Let's visualize this from top to bottom. The Docker services map to Kubernetes deployment, volume to storage, environment file to config map, and networks to services. Now we can do this translation manually one by one by remembering all syntax and parameter, or choose following three ways to create Kubernetes services. So the first one in the list is Kubernetes using Docker Stack. If you have worked with Docker Desktop, in the preference section, you could able to turn on deploy Docker Stack to Kubernetes by default. So instead of creating a swarm cluster, it can actually put all of the containers into the pod within Kubernetes. Unfortunately, this feature was deprecated in version 1.20.10. However, you can still use Docker stack command out of the box that are used to manage this swarm mode clustering and run command and get your Docker swarm configured and enabled. But don't worry, the next one in the list is Kubernetes using Compose. Compose is a tool to help users familiar with Docker Compose move to Kubernetes. It takes Docker Compose file and translate into Kubernetes resources. To install Compose, follow the instruction on compose.io/installation. Once installed, to convert the Docker file to Kubernetes YAML, use following command in the Docker Compose directory with options. That is, compose convert file docker compose.yaml. This command will convert Docker services to Kubernetes services and deployment in Q8S folder. Definitely, you can choose the folder of your choice. Cool, right? Next one in the list is Kubernetes using Scaffold. Scaffold is a command line tool and one of my favorite ones that facilitates continuous deployment for Kubernetes native application. Scaffold handle the workflow for building, pushing, and deploying your application and provides building block for creating CI/CD pipelines. This enables you to focus on iterating your application locally while Scaffold continuously deploy to your local or remote Kubernetes cluster. To install Scaffold, follow the instruction on scaffold.dev docs install. Generating the scaffold.yaml is very simple process. Just start with running scaffold init and it can be used to generate the initial configuration to deploy project to the Kubernetes cluster. Once scaffold is generated, scaffold dev can be used to watch the code for changing and building and deploying automatically to Kubernetes cluster. That's really awesome. So here we come to the end of this video. Thank you for watching this video and I hope you liked it. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel. So stay tuned for the next video and see you next time. Bye.